No wonder I got a great big smile on my face. I'm in Kerala on a houseboat. We're cruising down the canals. It's the most gorgeous experience, and this is what property can do for you. I've been on a tour around India for about 3 weeks now, and these are the first series of YouTube videos. I'm sorry, but I was just so enthralled by India. So, if you're stuck in a stinky office, not quite enjoying your life, work hard, because honestly property can bring the time and the money to have the most exuberant, glorious travel experiences. Right, this one is what are some of the well, this one is 3 mistakes I see beginner property investors doing, and I had to write them down for you to make sure that I remembered them. The first one is underestimating the time to sell. When we do property workshops about buy to sell, and I talk through the time that it takes to sell a property, people think that they'll get the money back in 3 months. It's just not going to happen. So let's just talk through the process, shall we? And I'm talking about doing a cookie cutter buy to sell that is kind of a 20 to 30 grand, maybe 35 grand renovation, nothing more. So you're repairing the property, you're probably putting in new kitchen, new bathroom, plastering, you may or may not be doing rewiring. Ideally you're avoiding putting in windows, but you're doing a kind of repair of a property for buy to sell. And people turn around and say, well, I'm going to sell it in 3 months. Oh, sweetheart, you're not. I mean, blissful if you do, but it just isn't going to happen. So you buy the property, that's day one. You get your workmen in, and that's one of the second mistakes I'm going to talk about. So you buy it on the Friday, usually, and then you get your workmen in on the Monday, and they're going to take between kind of a 25 to 35 grand renovation. They're going to take between 8 and 12 weeks to renovate, just depending on what precisely you get. And that is if you manage your tradesmen properly and you manage the timescale properly. Then you are going to write up the majority of the spec for your estate agents. Well, you can get that done before it's finished, can't you? And you can also bring estate agents around before it's finished. In fact, I would strongly and wholeheartedly suggest you do that. And then you're going to get a photographer in, and you're going to get it sent over to your estate agent, because you're not going to rely on the estate agent's photographer, because they're not going to be all that great. And then your estate agent is going to have to make sure that your written description of the property is legally compliant with the Estate Agency Act. That will take about a week. I mean, you would love it not to, but it actually realistically will. So let's just be truthful about this stuff. So you've now done 8 to 12 weeks of renovation. You've done 1 week of photography, descriptions, estate agents checking, and getting it uploaded to their website, if you decide to sell it through an estate agent. Otherwise, you can sell it with portals like iamtheagent.com. Save a lot of money, but if it's your first one, maybe it's not your the level of expertise. So it goes on the market, and now it totally depends on your property, the price point you're charging, and also just the general market conditions. You know, in a very nice market, you can get offers within the first week. Delicious. Or in a steady market, you might take 3 or 4 weeks, or in a dropping market, you may even take 5 to 8 weeks. So let's just say you get an offer within 4 weeks' time, and let's just say you renovated it and it took you 10 weeks. So you've got 10 weeks plus 1 week to get it uploaded, photographed, described, and on the market for sale. So that's, 10 weeks plus 1 week, which is 11 weeks. And let's say it takes you 4 weeks to get an offer. So we're already at 15 weeks. And then guess what? They have to find a mortgage. Now, if you've got a cash buyer in no chain, you're laughing. Always go for the best quality buyer. But if you don't have a cash buyer, and they are in a chain, and then they apply for their mortgage, and they're kind of beginners at applying for mortgages because they don't do this very often, it's going to take them 12 weeks. So you were, let's just recap, 10 weeks for repairs, 1 week for uploading, 4 weeks for getting a property offer, just roughly. So that's 15 weeks plus another 12 weeks to get the mortgage. 27 weeks. So more or less 6 months. So from the date you buy, more or less, you're going to be 6 months before you get the money back out into your pocket. So that gives you, guess what, cash flow problems if you're trying to scale up. So I want you to be very, very aware and predict your cash flow, because one of the main things that really impacts on property investors is they mess up their cash flow. They're not, usually property investors don't go bust because of profitability or lack of profitable projects. They go bust because they haven't predicted their cash flow. And the beginner's mistake I see people make is go, yeah, I'll get my money back in 3 months, and then they're rather surprised and slightly cash flow knackered when their money doesn't come back in time. I'm going to do some more about mistakes. Let's keep hanging on to my Kerala series. Oh, do me a favor, subscribe to our YouTube channel because we're producing tons of great videos for you, and have a look at all our playlists because there's loads of great playlists for you. Secondly, I want you to hop on just now to our website. There's a link in the description below, which is thegoodpropertycompany.co.uk. I produce tons of great education material for you guys, really high quality. So you might want to download some packs, you might want to download some workshops. And thirdly, if you want to work with me in person, it's not something that's going to last forever, but I do a very small number of workshops. We always sell out. We sell out weeks in advance, so book now, basically now. And we have one flagship mentoring program. And again, if we've sold out, we'll put you on a waiting list. So apply now, basically. So have a good read on our website about that and get in touch with us about those. Right? See you soon. Bye.